Episode 4, season number 2, and we're off into the deepest, darkest winter and one of the biggest winters on record. 2 series in New Zealand in one-day cricket, which we're just starting to invigorate ourselves with, and a T20 series. We go and play the Ashes with no preparation in Australia, T20 and one-days in Sri Lanka, before rocking up to the T20 World Cup, where we are back-to-back champions. We are sitting pretty, one in the world in Test cricket. We could take the number 1 slot in T20 cricket at the end of the season. Reminder that we need to be ranked number 1 at the end of the year for it to count. So we're in contention for the T20 ranked number 1 team, the number 1 batter in Test cricket, and number 1 bowler in T20 cricket. But wouldn't it be special if Jimmy Anderson just one more time in the Ashes gave us something to celebrate and could catapult himself to the top before retiring? Jasprit Bumrah as well. He's right up there. 4 in Test match, 1 in one-day cricket, and 6 in T20 cricket. Quite the outstanding player. And the one-day series against New Zealand is going to kick us off. And I don't think we're going to make any changes, and I'm going to tell you why. In one-day cricket, we're actually performing okay. It could be better, but it also could be a lot worse. We lost 2-1 against South Africa. We lost 2-1 against Ireland. We beat the West Indies, but we have started to see that flick. The switch flick is probably the right way to do it. We find ourselves going down in the rankings. It shows going up. I'll change that. And the power of Power BI. We're on a downward spiral. We've gone from 5th. We're all the way currently sat at 7th in the world, with our actual rating points going from 89 down to 79. But there is optimism. Our bowling is better. It is better. Although averages aren't great in a couple of areas, economy rate is much better. Jimmy Roos had a poor campaign for us, and we've got options here that we can move around, but it is going to be a rainy sort of day, which does make me want to go with not the spinner, but I'm going to do it. We're going to risk it for a biscuit. We're a better team. I was looking at New Zealand. I live in New Zealand. We're bowling. We're not the better team. And it likes New Zealand more than us. But rain's involved 17.5% of the time. And we win easy. It's rain affected. We ended up on a Duckworth-Lewis method. Duckworth? Who's Duckworth? Duckworth. Matty Potts, 5-for. He gets it done for us. We kept the pressure on. We kept the aggression up. We're bowling at 4 aggressive points rather than 2. And with the bat, Duckett and Salt got it done. More runs for Ben Duckett. What a specimen that man is. And interesting enough, we move up a point just from that win. We could even overtake them. And Zach Krul is currently the number 1 Test batter in the world. Ben Duckett, for the amazing run of form he's on, a century in this series could catapult him. And we go 2 up. Stokes with runs. Hey, Ben Stokes, look at you go. You haven't been at the races for quite a while, but it's good to see you. Good to see you scoring some runs. Duckett and Salt just doing Duckett and Salt type things. They score fast. 14 overs, got 70 on the board. Looking really good. But the bowling, again, superb. Wickets in the power play. 3 for 48 they found themselves. Bang bang in the power play. 3 wickets in the first 15 overs. I'm going to take that every day of the week. Matty Potts, incredible. And the bells are ringing out and people going, sweep them. Sweep them off the map. Well, New Zealand doesn't appear on many maps of the world. And we get the brush out and we sweep New Zealand. And we do it off the back of one partnership. We were out. We were 4 for 88 thinking, oh no, we can't talk about sweeps when we can't finish off series. We can't even finish off the Sunday roast sometimes. But 170 from Stokes and Rue. Rue, brilliant. 98 off 92. Finishes off not out. He's got 1 Test match century to his name. 5 50s in the one-day arena. And with the ball, they were looking good. Captain Kane Williamson steadied the ship. He got them in a good position, but wickets spread throughout. Even gave Ben Stokes 10 overs because he was bowling economic. And economy rates go through the roof when you're more aggressive in one-day cricket on the game. Just a very, very solid performance. Stokes, player of the series. Rue averaged 113, only out once. Duckett petered off a little bit after he started the series so well, but it's the bowling that's winning it for us. The bowling was exceptional. Wickets spread throughout. Economy rates really good. I've got no complaints. And the world rankings, well, they like us. One day cricket, we're doing okay for ourselves. 7 series, 3 won, 4 lost. Duckett slips down to 8th. Josh Tong climbing the ranks up into 2nd. Archer in 6th. And we do defend our number 1 ranking in T20 cricket against New Zealand. Gotta hold on till the end of the year. So this is a huge save, a huge series. Luckily for us, we're on a bit of a roll in T20 cricket. We beat West Indies away. We beat India away in that epic. Beat South Africa at home and just strolled past West Indies. And I think we're going to go pretty much unchanged. The only thing we have got the slight concern. We bought in Liam Livingstone, didn't we? Not sure about that, but our strike rates are really good. You've seen me play this game with the North End save. Anything 145 plus is really good for us. Ben Duckett is an incredible specimen. Will Smead hasn't worked out since we dropped him down the order. And I don't think we changed the bowling unit, which has been doing alright. Oh, it's a split 40-40. And we pick up a win. It's rain affected, but it didn't stop us from just condensing them down to 120 from 20. Big Gus, 5 for 34. We had him 4 for 39 during the power play. 1, 2, 3 wickets. Then bang, bang, overs 10 and 11 as well. Matty Potts doing exceptional things. And with the bat, there was rain, but we cruised home. Duckett and Livingstone. We lose by 2 wickets. We never should have lost. We get 181. Josh Butler gives us his best performance in quite a while. He's been a bit out of form. But with the ball, it came down to this. It was neck and neck and neck and neck all the way. And then the final over, 6-6-6. It looked like we might win. It looked like we might lose. But New Zealand win 1 back. Ratings go back how they were. It did go 1 the other way. Now it's come back. And we go to a decider. Slightly concerned about Reece Topley's performance there. He was very, very poor. None for 56. We're still not going to change anything. Also, Liam Livingstone, since he's come back into the team, averaging 99 with a 157 strike rate. I've never had a good Liam Livingstone on this game, so it's good to see. And the decider, it's slightly New Zealand. New Zealand win. Poor with the bat. Livingstone good again, 57 off 23, but we actually just got blown out completely, which was ridiculous. And then with the ball, Glenn Phillips did really well. Reece Topley went an absolute 14s or 15s and over. Really poor. We lose the series. We lose the number 1 rating, which hurts the most. There's no time to be down because it's about to go down in Australia. There's this guy, Luke Crowe, 23 years old, playing at Leicester, averaging 74, 82 this year with 6 centuries. There's a lot to like about that, so welcome to the test setup. And I think that is going to be the team. Crawley, Duckett, Hayne, Root, Brook, Bohannon, Crowe, Patel, Jimmy Roo with the gloves, Stokes, Rian Ahmed, Jack Leach with the spin, wherever Jack Leach has gone, Ollie Robinson, Archer, Topley, Anderson, Tong, Potts. It's a biggie. We've not won in Australia since Graham Swan was bowling spin. So 2010-11 I think it was when we had that emphatic win over there. Matty Potts has been really good so far, so he's going to retain his place in the team. It's not a place to be bowling 2 spinners. Josh Tong comes back in to take the new ball. I like having a squad of 18. It gives you so many more options. The number 3 slot is right up in the air. Where does young Crowe bat? First class number 5. We need a 5 and a 3. But is the Ashes the right time to make sweeping changes? Possibly not. Just look at Bohannon's form this year. Average of 45. He's been poor in test matches, but average of 52, 1,000 runs in championship. 1,000 runs, average of 70. So we're going to start off with him. It's the Ashes. It's the big one. We're 4.5-star rated team. We are, in fact, a very good test team, ranked number 1 in the world. We've beat West Indies. We've beat Sri Lanka, drew with Pakistan, beat New Zealand, drew with India. And it really likes the Aussies. Steve Smith opening the batting. Oh my God, Jimmy, I just love you. I can't believe you've gone 6 for 37. We rolled the Aussies out for 146 when they won the toss and batted day 1 of the Ashes. It doesn't get any better than that. We beat them by 10 wickets in the first test of the series. Harry Brook with 87. Hey, welcome to some form, Harry Brook. It's been a ropey time. He's averaging 30 in the championship. He's had a ropey time of it. Duckett with 98 in the first innings. We take a decent lead of about 150. They score about 300. Travis Head looks pretty good, but Jimmy gets 4. Jimmy gets 10 in the game, and we knock 136 off for none. Big bad Josh Bohannon, Bosch, he's on his final warning, averaging 30. It's only going downhill at the moment. One more test is all he's got. That's an embarrassment. 227 runs we lose by. They get 412. Smith and Caleb Jewell, I feel like I've just watched them bat the whole game because there wasn't a lot after them, but 291 run opening partnership really kind of was like, oh, they mean business. We were 100 runs behind. Harry Brook with 97. Couple of other knocks to note of, but nothing serious. 292 all out. Rian Ahmed 3 for 51, but run rate's the problem here, and we're cleaned up for 158. 6 for Xavier Bartlett. He ran rampant. And time is up on Josh Bohannon. Do we go Crow? Do we go Hayne? I think we need to do a bit of a dive on Hayne. Who have you been playing your games against? Against India, he averaged 32. Against Pakistan, he averaged 32. He's probably that sort of player. And 48 against Sri Lanka in one test. Home, he averaged 35, but 45 away. But playing Australia is a slightly different task. I don't know is the call. Is it? Or do we go with Rishi Patel, who hasn't let us down in the 3 matches he's played? I think that's the move. It doesn't change our star rating. They're 5 stars. This is tough. This is Australia. Win by 5 wickets. It's a good game, but we're still in Steve Smith's pocket. 175, 111. He's having a great time at the series. 388, we scored batting first. Rue, Stokes with runs. Rishi Patel with 43. So decent starts throughout, but then we bowl really well. Tong gets Smith. Don't know what happened to Caleb Jewell. Can't have been dropped for scoring a massive 100 in the last game, surely. Wickets spread around. We asked them to follow on. Rian Ahmed 5 for 91. He was going at 4s, but at the same time, he was picking up wickets, so I just kept him going, and then we knocked them off 5 down. 2-1 up after 3. Josh Tong's averaging 43 with the ball. Is his strike rate good? Please tell me his strike rate. His strike rate is 72. Time for a change. It is time for a change. Do we go Joff or do we go Topley? Jofra Archer is called in. Who don't you want to face? The Aussies don't want to face Big Joff. That's what they've got to deal with. Lunch on day 4. Strange place to press pause, but 227 all out for us. Not great. Stokes and Rue added some runs towards the end. Stability. But we bowl well. 278 all out. Big Joff back, coming back in, taking 6 for. And we're 326 for 5s. That Crawley's just scored a ton. Duckett 91. Brooks on 35. Rue's on 25. We've got a lead of 275 with 5 sessions left to play. An even bounce. It's not really turning. Predictor. Oh, it's tight. Australia do win this 22% of the time from here, interestingly enough. So I think we've just got to build a big lead. Not lose the game. But if we win the Ashes. Predictor likes us even more now. Another session down. 335 run lead. Okay, so Australia now win 6% of the time, a draw 53% of the time. We've got 391 run lead. Jimmy Rue has just scored a fabulous debut Ashes century. Needed. There's some low scores there, but lots of that holding the bottom end together. We've got 3.5 sessions, basically 100 overs, to go and take 10 wickets. They win 16% of the time. We win more. Oh, that's huge. That is huge. We've just got Steve Smith before the close of play. Big Joff gets it done. 2 balls later, Matty Renshaw's on his way back. It's not liking us anymore. Draw 100% of the time. We might win less than 1% if we go over 3 times out of 1,000 we win this game. I can see why they hold on match drawn. Marnus, fantastic. Cam Green played within himself. So did Travis Head. They did enough to draw the game and take the Ashes to the decider. 2-1 England with 1 to play. Still got trouble at number 3 hole as well. Rishi Patel. Chocolate Fireguard in it. Not adding a lot of value. Nor is Joe Root. nor has Ben Stokes. Jimmy Roo's been fantastic. Do we go with the Patel move for Crow? Can we create a legend? Bring in a young kid for Test debut. It reeks of Jonathan Trott and how he came in the fifth Test and scored a century at the Oval. He is playing. We are bowling. And we have got to win. And I bet the predictor prefers Australia. Yes, it does. Caleb Jewell's back, which makes no sense at all that he's played a couple of T20 games in the Big Bash instead of playing Test cricket. Oh, this is not looking good. Caleb Jewell comes back in, scores 100. 2 tests this series, 2 centuries. That's not bad for the 28-year-old, who is now averaging 105 in Test cricket. These are his first 2 Test matches. He scored 100 in each Test of an Ashes. Alex Carey, just walking around stumping people. And Xavier Bartlett. I'm overseeing Xavier Bartlett. He's having a wonderful series. Chipped in with the bat after doing absolutely nothing. And now we're proper backs to the wall. We're behind by 100. Joe Root, 98. That's the best that he's done all series. Has he scored? Yeah, 1 century this year from 10 games. He's averaged 40, but it's not like Jimmy Roo, usual, holding together the tail end. There's a lot of not outs. 5 not outs in his 17 innings, but averaging 59. He's been good. Crow run out. That's a real shame. So's win predictor. That's a real shame. They declare on 355 for 5 from 65 overs. Look at that. This is just a monstrosity. Scoring at about 6 and over. The game at the moment isn't good because the computer constantly scores so fast. Caleb Jewell has just set the record for hundreds. 3 matches, 300s, start of his Test career. Steve Smith, I've watched you bat a lot this series, but we always do. Then the predictor, we've got to go up to 1,000 here. There's 4 sessions. We've got to bat about 110 overs. We need 459 to win. And Australia wins 66% of the time. We now don't win any of the time. And in 1,000 simulations, we don't draw any of them. And there we go. We draw the Ashes 2 apiece. Joe Root 47, Crow 41, Brook 35. Everyone got starts, but everyone got out. Australia, they claw it back. We end up with a draw. We lose a couple of points in the Test World Rankings. Just analysing the team's performance here, because there's some things to like, some things not to. Crawley and Duckett consistent. We only scored 2 centuries the entire series. That's the problem. We scored a lot of 50s. No one went and converted. Root averaged 35, Brook 42. They could have been so much more. Stokes at 6, averaging 26 was a problem. With the ball, Jimmy Supreme, 20 at 29. Potts 19 at 32. Stokes 16 at 31. Rian Ahmed 16 at 35. Stuff to like. There's not a lot not to like. The Ashes is hard, and that was hard. And so is our Test Championship. 5 tests against India, 5 tests against Australia. Josh Tong's out the one-day series against Sri Lanka. The only change is going to be Ollie Robinson coming into the team. Again, chance of points here against Sri Lanka. We've gone over New Zealand. We've gone over Bangladesh. Good performance. Win the series. Move up into 5th. That is still a long way behind Australia. Does give opportunity to Reece Topley to come into the team, which is an interesting one because Tong had been doing really well with Gus Atkinson. Sri Lanka win by 3 wickets. 274 was never going to be enough. Salt and Duckett batted brilliantly for 10 overs. Both got themselves out. And then the middle order did nothing. Joe Root held us together with a well-made 93. But Sri Lanka too strong. Nissanka just run machine on the game. Way too good. I'm actually tempted to get rid of Ben Stokes. Averaging 32, strike rate 88. Do we need that? It's a question. We've got Sam Hain who could come in. Sri Lanka's 5-star rated team as well. We definitely not on their level. Wow, what a win. They get 217. It looked like they would get a lot more. Here, I was worried. Here, not so much. We pulled it back nicely. Will Jack's 3 for 50, bowling 10 straight through when they were in was good. Nissanka with runs again. But the run chase, Duckett scored a runnable 50. Roo scored a particularly fast 50. I think he got there for about 25 or 30 balls. But Will Jack's 50, Jofra Archer 39, they put on 66 for the 9th wicket and it's 1 apiece, which gives us this. The decider in another series. We go with one change. Topley out, Ollie Robinson in for one-day debut. We're just over a 3-star rated team. I've probably just made us worse. Nah, no good. Bowling attack was terrible in this. Again, problems we're just not going on at the moment. Duckett and Salt had a reasonable... They were consistent, but none of them... Once they got out of the power play, they both just got out and caused us problems. And that's an impressive problem to have, but at the same time, it did generate problems from it. And with the ball, if anyone knows how to get Nasanka out on the game, please send me an FYI. We lose the series. We don't lose a lot from it, but it's an underwhelming performance from the team. Stokes averaged 19. I think it's time to move on from Ben Stokes in one-day cricket. Will Jacks average 43? Woo. A chance. Oh, we're back top of T20 World. We've got a T20 series. I wonder if some... Wow. Rishi Patel has got a strike rate of 178 in domestic cricket this year. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna bring him into the team. Likewise, if you're looking for people with outstanding economy rates, Graham Pearce, 21 years old. I feel like there needs to be more weight on his numbers. Tom Curran, exceptional. Luke Wood is up there. He does take wickets. Going at over at 8s, but he does take wickets. Sam Curran's out. I don't even know why he's been in. Big series this, warming up for the World Cup. I don't think we're going to make too many changes. It might turn a little bit more. So I could play Jacks and Ahmed. They both spin it. They spin it different ways. That's how spin works. The only changes I could look at, Will Smeed is definitely out. Liam Livingston's definitely in. Rishi Patel is going to come in. Or is it Jordan Cox? I'm going to go with Rishi. That 178 strike rate intrigues me. We're a 3-star rated team. It's amazing we keep just overperforming in a way. Lose. Shouldn't have lost. Did lose. Duckett and Salt, good again. It feels like there's a recurring theme in white ball cricket, but literally nothing else happened in the innings. And with the ball, Topley and Atkinson were great. We had him 4 for 34, and then Sikarama, 82 off 42, pasted Potts and Gregory and Jacks around. 15 off the last 6. Deploy on 63. Will Jacks to the crease? Win predictor has got Sri Lanka. Deploy on strike. Smashes it away into the leg side. That's 4. 11 off 5. Pitches it up. This time it's cut away. 7 off 4. Deploy plays and misses. Win predictor. We're up there on 41%. Can he get it done? Is there an edge on that? No. 7 off 2. We've got the right man on strike. We're 1 hit away. We need 6 to cause a tie. There's 3 dot balls on the trot. It's a leading edge. We lose by 5 and we're 2-0 down. One change. Potts is coming out. Ahmed's coming in. Going with a 2-spin attack. Just want to have a look at it. That could have gone better. 213. Gus Atkinson goes at 15s. Rain Ahmed went at 6s. So there's some stuff to like about that. But this was clumsy and bad. By 46. Butler 57. That's about it. That's about it. It's World Cup time. I don't think I want to change too much. I want Rishi Patel out of the team. I just want to see who's got international experience who could come in. Bairstow's the one, isn't he? Bairstow gives us strike rate. Also Harry Brook. I can't believe I'm bringing him back in. Here we go. Defending champions. Remember, we made a mess of this last time, losing to Namibia amongst other minnows. But can we do it? We've got Scotland, Oman, New Zealand, Afghanistan. That is a good group to try and qualify from. And I think we need to change up our order. Duckett was exceptional at 3 previously, so we're going to do that again. Lewis Deploy hasn't done anything to warrant being dropped. And Harry Brook's coming in at 5. I feel we're 1 light in that middle of the innings. And it is a spinning wicket, so we're going with Rian Ahmed. Scotland it is. Can we actually beat Scotland in international cricket in a tournament? It seems to be a thing England struggle with. Wow. We do it, but we don't do it well. Gus Atkinson 3, Rian Ahmed 3. I like that. They get 150, pretty average score, and we start to make a mess of it. We're 2 for 19. Ben Duckett scores 61, deploy 43, and then there's just a plethora of wickets as we try and slowly creep across the line. Uganda's just gone and beat Ireland. Nepal beat America. Bangladesh beating Pakistan by 8 runs as well. Win again, 206. Josh Butler 82 was very, very good. Big runs towards the end. We had a huge last over where 6-6-4-6 was occurring, and then we restrict them to 166. Wickets spread around. Wickets at 3 for 32, 4 for 39, 5 for 71. Really good stuff. Rian Ahmed shining since he's come in to this one-day team. The big game. Oh man, surely we can't make a mess of this one again. We're doing it again. 21 they need from 16 balls. Win Predictor does like us, but we need the final wicket, Will Jacks. We've got him 136 for 9, and he's absolutely stone dead trapped him. We're going to beat our greatest foe, Will Jacks, 3 for 17. Rian Ahmed, 3 for as well. Spin Twins getting it done. Ben Duckett getting it done. Form Alicious, 3 for 3. Yeah, we get destroyed by Afghanistan. Hotok. Don't even know who you are, mate. He goes and smashes a huge score, his third 50, but he saves it for the big occasion. We went around the park with the ball, actually. Gus Atkinson didn't play very well. Butler and Duckett, the only players scoring runs, and we're struggling, actually. We're normally really good in this last 5 overs. We're not quite... What? Oh, my days, we're out. I actually didn't think that was possible so much. I wasn't concentrating because I was like, well, we're going to go through. We've won 3 games. Crikey. Well, that's interesting. We're out. I actually legitimately can't believe that. We're out. Even though we've played well. And we only lost 1 game. They just beat the Minnows a lot bigger than we beat the Minnows. That's what it comes down to. So, yeah, abrupt ending, but that's the end of the episode. That is the end of the season. Next time we come back, we're into a brand new season, and I don't know what's ahead, and we'll touch on who went and won the World Cup. How bizarre. We're out. Good day.